Our rishis always believed that knowledge is free. Knowledge is supposed to be open. You see, be very clear. Because we have to run the organization, we have to charge to run the meditation programs. Otherwise, in my system, anybody can do meditations without even seeing me. Website gives the whole thing. In the website, all the techniques are directly available. Directly available, anybody can practice meditation techniques without even seeing me. That's it. In my system, my presence is not necessary. Your presence is enough. You can straight away start practicing. It's a time to save the planet Earth. One more thing. Whatever money you make, whatever you keep, if you don't create enough positive energy, never ever think that the planet Earth is going to live. So much of atomic weapons are getting piled. You see, the other day I read the statistics. Survey, there is one report. All the countries, atomic weapons which they created and they are keeping in store, if it is used, 700 times planet Earth can be burnt. 700 times you can destroy the planet Earth. So much of atomic weapons are they are created and they are in store. And if any crazy guy, if he starts the war, enough, the whole planet Earth is over. This is the time to create more and more positive awareness, positive energy, positive consciousness. This is not the time to do business. And whatever money you create, whatever wealth you create, if you just concentrate only on the money and wealth, you will not have your sons to enjoy. There will not be planet Earth. Be very clear. Now it is time for all of us to create more positive energy, spread more meditation. That's why I say it is time to spread, not to keep as a secret. It's enough. Long time we kept all these things as secret and ego satisfaction, nothing else. Our Ayurveda died. The Siddha science died. See, there are very clear references. In those days we had a brain transplant surgeries. Shushruta, cosmetic surgeries. Maybe Ramba Menaka would have had cosmetic surgeries from him only. Shushruta did cosmetic surgeries, plastic surgeries. Plastic surgeries have happened. And brain transplanting surgeries have happened. Heart transplantings have been done. So much has been done, so much has been achieved by this Ayurveda. But the whole thing is lost because of secrecy. Not transferring the knowledge to the next generation. That's a very big mistake. Conspiracy against the enlightened masters. I tell you, it's just a conspiracy against Patanjali. If somebody copyrights Patanjali's techniques and says, only from me or my teachers you can learn, you cannot learn from directly somebody, or it's not open for all, means it's a conspiracy against Patanjali. Patanjali has sacrificed his whole life for society, humanity. Shiva has given all these techniques out to the whole world. So it is just for the whole humanity, just for the whole society. We have no right to copyright. At least I don't do that. You are free to practice, you are free to share any of my techniques in whatever way you want. Only one request I have, do not change, alter techniques because it may create side effect. I did a lot of research. After 12 years of research, I came up with these systems. The system which I am working. 9 years I worked with myself. 3 years I spent in silence, contemplating and working on the modern day society. So after 12 years of research, these products are delivered. So please do not change the technique, that's all. And if you change, it is your responsibility. Other than that, you are free to do, you are free to share anything with anybody. And I myself got all these things free. In India, the culture you see, that's why the moment I enter into India, I always touch that ground. I always put my head at the feet of the Rishi's culture. See, in the Rishi system, the master is supposed to give food for a student and give him knowledge. Still now, the monasteries, where the Vedanta is taught, the master will go around begging. He will bring food and feed the disciples. Disciples should be given food and knowledge. We believe knowledge is free. Of course, in those days, kings used to take care of the ashrams. Kings used to give the property and run the ashrams. Now who is the king? You are the king. Democracy. You guys are ruling. So naturally only you have to take care of me also. Now no king, only you are the kings. You are the kings. So now it's your responsibility to take care of the ashrams also. Nothing can be done. I was not able to complete the causal body meditation successfully. I sat for around 1 hour, but I could not feel the jerk of sleep. Also, I was finding it difficult to meditate on darkness. Darkness kills your ego. With color, you can always play. You can keep yourself alive. With darkness, nothing is there to think. Automatically, your ego has to die down. That's why the technique is powerful. At least don't miss the next meditation techniques. Why do we have sit up in meditation? If you lie down, you will sleep. Why is laying on back not an option? No, if you lie down, you will sleep. You will not meditate. Have you meditated any time lying down? The lying down posture is always associated with sleep. Then how can you think you will meditate? Sitting itself, sitting itself, you guys start snoring. Sound sleep. Sleep for themselves, sound for others. Let me tell you one more story. It's a real story happened. It's a funny incident. I was staying in an ashram in North India in my wandering days. There, every day morning, all the brahmacharis have to come. Brahmacharis means who are under training. And they have to come and sit in the temple and start meditating around 4:30. Till 8 o'clock they are supposed to meditate. That's the rule. And all these guys will usually come and sit. This is what will go on. And around 8 o'clock there is a bell. They will ring that bell. Immediately they will get up, roll all that meditation mat and go to the breakfast. Go for the breakfast. One day what happened? One brahmachari, he was sitting in front of the gong bell. Fell asleep, just hit the gong. Even that is not fun. All brahmacharis, they just got up and they thought, everyone thought they slept and rolled the mattress and started walking. In half an hour, all of them started rolling the mattress and started walking. And suddenly I thought, what happened? Everybody is going, well is run. Today, what has happened? Meditation is over so quickly. When we came down and started discussing bound, his brahmachari slept and fell on the bed. So all our meditation is sitting itself, we people sleep. And you want to lie down also. How can healing change the prarabdha karma and change the course of happenings? You see, healing means I am not doing anything. Just like when sun rises, automatically the lotus blooms. In the master's presence, automatically all the three karmas, they are all automatically burnt away. Automatically they disappear. Whether it is agamya, prarabdha, sanchita, just by the master's presence it disappears. It's like, you see, there is a darkness in this room. There was a darkness. Light is brought. What happened to the darkness? It just disappeared. Darkness itself is not something solid entity. It is a lightlessness, that's all. Same way, karma is nothing but consciousness. When you have consciousness, there cannot be karma. Karma is nothing but consciousness. So, in front of a master, automatically karmas disappear. Karmas dissolve. It's not that master goes on altars. No. It's not that light comes and then the darkness disappear. Light chases the darkness. Nothing. Same way, master doesn't do anything. Just by his very presence, karmas disappear.
What about cause and effect then?
Master's presence is beyond cause and effect.
So if you did things way back with a lack of consciousness, that's gone? No effect?
Simply it disappears. Even the lack of, that's what they say, the master's presence can liberate even the greatest sinner. I am not asking you to do all the sins. Actually, one of the Ramakrishna's disciples, Girish Chandra Ghosh, is a playboy, complete Indian playboy, and he's he has done whatever we can imagine and whatever we can't imagine. And somehow this guy is attached with Ramakrishna. He is attracted to Ramakrishna, and by Ramakrishna's grace, he achieves enlightenment. He is liberated. After that experience, he says, if I had known that like this will happen, I would have done little more sins. I would have done little more sins. I missed some things, thinking it is too big sin. So, Master's presence can transform. But the only thing you should feel that deeply connected to him. That is the big thing. Let me finish answering, then I will answer your question. Is it related to this question? Answer? Yes.
Does the master's body suffer because of the disciple?
No, never. If the master's body is suffering, be very clear, he is not completely enlightened. There is something seriously wrong. Master's presence just radiates and the whole thing disappears. See, the sun is not suffering the darkness. Just darkness disappears. Same way, master's body never suffers.
Then why was St. Francis of Assisi so sick?
That I don't know. In which level he was stuck or in which layer he was there, I don't know all those things. Till the fourth layer, if you heal, you will take the karma. You see, it's like that's why Reiki pranic healing people suffer the karmas. Reiki and pranic healing people, they take away their others' karma and suffer. In my system, straight away connect people to nirvanic layer. I initiate them. That's why I ask this non-veg and no alcohol, no non-veg as a rule. Because they are connected to nirvanic layer. And our healing is taught in our healing. Healers are not supposed to visualize anything. They are just supposed to sit. By your very sitting, you go into your consciousness. Automatically, because of that, the other person gets healed. And in my healing, one more important instruction. You should never say, let him be healed. You should never pray, let him be healed. You should never put your sankalpa. You should always say, whatever is good, let it happen. Simply the guy will be healed. Without your sankalpa. Other healing system, Reiki or pranic healing is related to your will. You have to pray, let him heal. Let him heal. You have to create a strong, conscious thought. In my system, first lesson is never interfere. Just you get out, I will get in. If your ego moves out, things will start happening. Yes.
In the vegan system, are you eating eggs and milk and cheese or
No.
Nothing.
No. Milk is allowed, but not eggs.
And cheese?
Cheese is okay.
And yogurt?
Yes.
But
All
no
milk
egg.
products are okay.
But no eggs.
Not egg. Yes. Tell ma.
How do you interpret when one during meditation see enlightenment master during meditation? How do you interpret?
Yes, of course. When you strongly feel connected to some master, they give their darshan. They bless you and guide you. Please explain how to remain blissful in our inner space when closest co-workers are speaking very unpure conversations and I can't move away. Just enjoy. What is there? Why are you bothered so much, ma? See, somebody else speaks something means why should you be disturbed? An inner space is never disturbed by the outer things. If they speak, it's okay. That's all, leave it. Nothing wrong. Do not be afraid of anything. Do not be afraid. Do not try to escape from anything. Why is visualization so difficult? If you say darkness, I see light. If I say light, you will start seeing patch of darkness. You see, the mind always plays game. Mind can be alive as long as you are in dilemma. You are caught in the extremes. If you go to this extreme or that extreme, it will disappear. But as long as it is playing between these two, it can be alive. So mind is nicely cheating you. Try to go to any one extreme, it will disappear. Is it possible to dream about your Guru or Swamiji before you meet him? It's possible. Many people have had that experience. You said not to wear jewelry. Does it blocks energy in everyday life too? Nothing like that. I am asking so that you will not feel the tightness. And especially these Indian jewelries are so heavy and it will catch here and there. And when they are meditating, they will be always doing this and adjusting the whole thing. That's the reason I ask you to remove. Nothing mystical about it. How about tattoos? Tattoos don't block the energy and all. In this country, they do all tattoos, na? The whole body, here and there, everywhere. But that is nowhere related to your consciousness. Your body itself is a tattoo on your consciousness. And one more tattoo on the body. Okay, what is that? I actually feel like that. My body itself is a tattoo on the consciousness. One more tattoo on this tattoo, okay. Anyhow. Empty cover, somebody has given. Just pure empty cover. Maybe they reach the emptiness, no questions.
Or it's a serious question, what is emptiness?
Emptiness is emptiness, that's all. Swamiji, when I die, I want only my family to cremate me. I do not want the usual, all the rituals. As a Hindu, is this bad? Swami, should I do any of these rituals while I am living? There is no need for all those things. Don't bother. If you are feeling that there is no need for any rituals, just do the same way. Nothing wrong. It's your conscious decision after all. Nothing is wrong. And it's not that if nobody does ritual for you, you will go and you will be caught in the hell or something like that. Nothing. Can we talk and communicate with a loved one who is not living anymore? If so, how can we do that, Swami? Learn how to communicate with the people who are living now. First start relating happily with the people who are living.